Mama and baby were in what looks like a cul-de-sac, just walking through the neighborhood. And, of course, Mom's leading the way. Baby's kind of behind, distracted by every little thing. And all of a sudden, it starts to snow. And the little baby starts playing in the snow. And it's sort of wobbling around as, you know, it's kind of standing on its legs and trying to keep its balance. It's a baby bear. And it's playing in the snow.
Oh, it's a cub.
It is a baby.
Oh, how nice.
And it's just the cutest because it's just like watching a human mom and baby walking around a neighborhood because the baby lags back, doesn't pay attention to where mom's going, and is trying to keep his balance as he's trying to catch a snowflake and playing in the snow.
What is this? Caught on somebody's Ring camera or something? Great.
And it looks like it's really late at night because there's nobody on the street or anything, just middle of the night, and they're walking through. But
catching the Christmas lights in this neighborhood.
Yeah, I would love to have seen the baby bear from the front because you can only see the back when he's trying to catch the snowflakes. Right. If he was trying to catch them on his tongue. Because that's what most kids do.
You're right, yeah. Even most adults.
Well, that's true.
When the snow starts coming down, especially in an area where you live where it doesn't snow every day.
I know.
Right?
Did you catch me on Ring camera?
No.
Doing that?
No. That would have been strange.
Maybe a little bit.
Hacking into her Ring camera.
Or in your neighborhood.
Yeah, right?
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
I love how this family took what wasn't necessarily what they wanted, but they ran with it and made the best out of it.
Well, they have a red brick house. And Virginia, a couple of years ago, was like, what am I going to do to decorate this house? And then she got a brilliant idea. She thought, hey, it's red brick. Why not make it into a gingerbread-looking house? So she sat down with her kids, and then they created these big gumballs and painted them and put them on the house. Every year, they've added stuff to it. It just turns out that Virginia is an interior decorator. Her husband is an artist. So you can imagine how great this home looks as a gingerbread house.
And I love that they had the vision because an interior designer and an artist could have looked at it and said, you know what? Because I don't know that most people would have seen that vision. But man, did they run with it. It looks great.
They did. They've got the peppermints and the candy canes. And I mean, it looks like a genuine, real gingerbread house.
Right.
It's a red brick house. That's basically what it is. But what they turned it into and the gumdrops and the stockings and everything they did with this. You want to eat it.
You really do. You just want to walk up and Willy Wonka, just take a little bite out of the gumdrops. They've done the yard. I like the Starlight mints that they've put up at the, like, as shingles almost, something, you know, at the doorway.
Listen, you have to see this. We're going to post this on His Radio video replays. It's like an on-demand thing. So if you have Roku or Apple TV, just download the His Radio TV app. You'll be able to see it. But you'll also see it on our website and on the My HISRadio app.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
If you know anybody who's looking for work and wants to move to Central Florida, I think we might have the thing for them. But they have to be a plumber and know how to work on air conditioners. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on His Radio, because the CEO wants to give away 2 houses.
Yeah, to his employees. His name's Jason, and, he is wanting to give away vacations, and he's wanting to give away all kinds of things to his employees to thank them for their hard work. But 2 houses. Now, there's a couple of things you got to do. You got to work there for a year.
At least a year. So if you're moving, at least a year and move there. He really thought, I need some people to work. It's just been really tough. And Central Florida, he says, is a great place to live. He was thinking, maybe I give away a car. Maybe I give away a vacation. He goes, you know what? No, go big, go home. Houses. 2 houses, like 3 bedrooms, a couple of baths. Nice houses.
Of them, 2 different employees. You're going to end up with a house, maybe at the end of the year. Another thing is he wants them to do a financial literacy class, which I think is cool because you may not know how, if you've never paid a mortgage before, you got to figure out where does that fit in. Even though he's giving it, you got taxes.
Pretty good investment.
I think so,
right?
too.
To really invest in somebody, give them an opportunity to win a home, and then he gets some people who will work for him.
I think it's a great way. I'm seeing incentives on signs all over the place.
Yeah.
I have not seen one that said free house.
Right? Yeah. Not until now. And of course, Liz is a plumber, so maybe.
Maybe I check it out.
Yeah.
Hey, Jason, what's up,
She knows how to plunge a toilet at least.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Merry Christmas. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. It may not look pretty, but it tastes great. It's the virtual cookie swap edition of Lizz's Ugly Bakery.
Yeah, and it's an elf bar, a Buddy the Elf bar this time. And it looks just like something that Buddy the Elf from the movie Elf would eat.
Who would this come from?
It's from Mary.
Mary. Thank you, Mary.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically everything but the kitchen sink is in this bar.
This thing is first I thought it was a little pizza, and then I looked closer, and mind you, I'm colorblind.
Uh-huh.
So what's all in this?
Okay, so you start with graham crackers, you got some condensed milk,
Is there
you got
peppermint?
some
Is that a
peanuts,
peppermint?
you got peppermints, you got mini marshmallows, there's chocolate chips, supposed to be mint chocolate chips or mint M&Ms. All the stores were out, so I had to pivot. So yeah, there's a little bit of everything in this bar.
Okay, so we're going to try it. We'll start with our producers. Ben, what do you think?
I like elements of it. I just think there are a lot of things on it. So I think if you chose one or the other, it would be even better. But I do like it. I just think, like, with the peppermint and the chocolate and the peanuts and the graham cracker, like, there's just a lot going on. But I do like it.
What would you leave off?
Yeah.
I would either leave off the peppermint or leave off the M&Ms.
Okay.
One or
All
the
right.
other.
So you're not a fan of either of them?
No, I like all of them separately, but all together it's
Not
it's
together.
too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's constructive. I like that.
Yes, thank you.
Caitlin, our intern.
I'm gonna have to disagree. Because the peppermint and the peanut, is a great combination.
Look at that. See?
Yeah.
So I guess, different taste buds. But this is like a don't judge a book by its cover type of cookie because I was scared, but man, it's good.
Look at it. See?
Well-
It may not look pretty, but it tastes great.
Right. I will tell you, Mary said they're not pretty to look at, but they're super delicious, and I thought they would fit in very well with Lizz's Ugly Bakery.
Absolutely, Mary. How about you, Jake?
I think it's kind of mid, if I'm gonna be honest with you.
So not horrible,
No.
just mid.
Right.
They're not bad. Like Ben said, there's a lot going on, so
Yeah.
a lot of flavor, but it's not bad. It's just
Okay.
kind of mid.
You know what? I think what will help Ben and Jake is the missing element, because there's one thing I don't see.
What do you not see?
The syrup.
Oh,
If this is from Elf,
it needs syrup on top.
don't you know? So I have a little bit of syrup left.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Well,
hold
walk
on.
over there and just squirt some syrup
Hold
on
on.
there.
I'll put it
Oh
on
my
mine.
goodness, you are actually doing it.
Well, it's Buddy the Elf.
It is,
Right?
Buddy the Elf.
Hold on.
What is it? What are the four
I
food
forgot a
groups?
daredevil.
Candy, candy cane, candy
There you go.
corns.
Yeah.
We need candy corns.
You
And syrup.
have to try it with the syrup.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, and that's sugar-free syrup, by the way.
Of course it is.
I do watch what I eat.
Not with that bar, you don't.
You know what?
Oh, and there's also glitter on it.
Oh, this is great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's all over my hand.
So you have syrupy glitter all over your fingers and your mouth.
There you go.
I think they're delicious. I do.
Syrup. Gotta try it with syrup. It tastes great.
I'm not
syrup.
going to the syrup.
I had to brush my teeth. It's all stuck all over in my mouth.
Yeah, you need a toothpick. You need toothbrush.
Well, my hands are all sticky.
Yeah, wet wipe.
All right, so that's Liz's Ugly Bakery.
You get an apron.
Yeah, I need one. Oh, no, you mean
Mary.
Mary?
Mary
Okay,
gets an
sorry, Mary. I
apron.
didn't mean to take your apron.
He just took your apron.
HisRadio.com, the My His Radio app. You will see Liz's Ugly Bakery and Mary's creation.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I don't know if you have an Apple phone, but if you do and you did the latest update, there is a brand new feature that's on the Apple phone. It's kind of weird to talk about. It's called Digital Legacy. And literally what this is so that others can access your phone that you choose to after you pass away.
Right. So it may be a spouse or a child that after you pass away, they can get into your phone and find out maybe, how to get in touch with your contacts or grab your pictures.
Well, and passwords. I mean, I save my passwords, in a certain area in my phone. And if there's a need for my wife to get those passwords for, bank accounts and stuff like that, and you have to pay bills, well, then you have those passwords and such. So it's very easy to get to it. It's passwords and security in your settings, and then you'll see legacy contact, and you can access or have 5 people that can access your phone after you pass away. And what some people are doing is saving the password for it in their estate planning stuff.
Oh, that makes sense.
So that after they pass away, then it'll be given to the family and they'll be able to access the phone.
Yeah, because you do have to have a password to get into the phone, right? And so you're going to need that. So this doesn't bypass that initial password, does it?
No.
Okay,
Yes, it does.
Oh.
It does, because you have to be able to get into the phone.
Right.
And so that's why there's this feature
contact.
so that your family can get in after that day that you go to heaven.
Yeah. And it is kind of weird to talk about. It's kind of weird to set up. It's another one of those planning things that, unfortunately, we got to think about.
Well, you do.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has one thing in common, two things in common. You're born and you die. That sounds morbid, but it's true.
Can't get around it.
Right? Yeah. So some people are actually utilizing this feature and are very grateful for it.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I don't know if you heard about this family that found a snake in their tree. Then they call this animal expert. Took the guy like 90 minutes to find it, and it turns out it was a venomous snake in their tree. Good thing he was an expert. He had the right tools to get that venomous snake out, and nobody was hurt. It was okay, and they have a story to tell their grandkids one day.
No, the only thing I've ever seen, like from Christmas Vacation, a squirrel was in the tree. And I've heard of that before. If you cut down a live tree at a farm, sometimes you bring home some things. Yeah. Oh, Vicky just texted. Vicky said, how about getting a hibernating nest of ladybugs in our Christmas tree?
No way.
Yeah, so they spent like the entire Christmas trying to get them out. It was until the spring. She said the gift kept giving
They
until the
must have been
spring.
all over the house.
But at least it was ladybugs. Ladybugs, and I don't know if they bring any, disease or anything into the house, but they're cute.
They're cute.
So I'd be okay
They're
with it.
bugs. She calls them
been
cute, huh?
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Funny to hear about this one snake that was in somebody's Christmas tree. And then we heard from, what was it, Vicky, that had the
Vicky.
ladybug infestation in her house because of their Christmas tree?
Yeah, so she texted and said that they had a nest in the tree, and I thought, well, that's not too bad because they're super cute. Dex said ladybugs, yes, they are cute, but they have an odor almost like a stink bug, especially when they get squished.
Really?
Ew,
I
I've never
did
squished
not know that. Yeah, I have not
either.
made it a point to do that even when I was a kid.
No. Terry, okay, you got to hear Terry, texted and said, we have a real tree, had friends over. All the kids that were over said, wow, look at that. And there were hundreds of little praying mantises
Really?
all over the tree. And he thinks that maybe they hatched because it was warm inside the house.
Makes sense.
Hundreds of praying
At least there was
mantises.
praying going on.
Exactly.
You know?
Around the Christmas tree.
Patricia's here at 800-447-7234. You said it was something unique about the tree. What is it?
My father enjoyed hunting. So at Christmas time, we would go into the forest, Dad with a gun, and he would actually shoot down our Christmas tree.
Shoot down your Christmas tree.
It was the coolest thing.
I'm
But there
sure.
were 4 children, so all of us and Mom and Dad would go into the forest, and it took forever for all of us to decide on a tree. But when we did, my dad would honestly shoot the Christmas tree until it fell over. And one year we were decorating the tree, and we heard this cracking noise. And the tree, I guess the gunshot had been too much for it that year, and the tree split up the middle.
No.
And I remember my father took wire, and he put the tree back together.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I promise you, this is not a complaint. Just an observation. Just observing. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. I don't send out Christmas cards anymore. And let me give you an example why. Liz, how many Christmas cards have you received?
3.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I've only got 2 or 3. That's all. And since its Christmas cards seem to be dwindling of what people send out, I don't send one out anymore.
It's not top of mind. I'm like, I buy Christmas cards because they're beautiful, and then I never send them. I even have some that are addressed that just don't have stamps on them.
For real. So you go that far and then just don't send them.
Oh, from like 3 years ago. I could.
For real.
Yeah, kind of. I will say I've gotten 3 in the mail, and I've gotten a couple here at the station that have been handed to me. So I would say 5 or 6 altogether. But there are people that send them, like my cousin sends them every single year. Mm-hmm. And then I get the family ones. Do you get the family ones? It's the family picture that gets sent to you. Yours are always like the hard stock card.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, then most of the cards that I will receive come from industry.
Oh, and not so much people.
And then from people, I get just a few.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all.
Yeah, so you get some in the workplace. And businesses are really good about sending out Christmas cards.
Yeah. From a realtor I don't know.
I got one of those too.
Yeah, I don't know you. I know other people. I don't know you.
Selling.
Thank you, though. It's very nice to hear from you. Thanks for thinking of me.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it wasn't even to me. I'm just, the current resident.
Joe Schmo at whatever address.
That's it.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Have to ask a question to those who just freshly got out of college on his morning crew, which is Ben, Jake, and Caitlin, our intern and our producers. So I'm going to start with Ben and Jake. Syllabus that your professors put out in college. Did you read them? Yes or no?
Absolutely not.
Okay, there's a no.
Okay.
Who was that? Was that Jake?
That was Jake.
It sure
Jake.
was.
Very
Ben,
honest.
how about you? You can be honest because you already graduated.
I did, but not thoroughly.
Okay.
You skimmed it.
Yes.
Yeah, Caitlin.
Cliff notes.
Caitlin.
I'd say I'd skimmed it. It really depended on the professor of the class.
Okay, fair enough. So here's this one professor who was completely convinced that his students were like Jake. Never, he said, wow, never even looked at the syllabus. And he proved it because halfway through, and it was only 3 pages.
Mm-hmm.
You'd think 3 pages would be like, well, I can get through this.
Yeah, but it had some pertinent information that they needed for this year.
Yeah,
But
because he put in there free. This is in the middle of his syllabus. He writes this: free to the first who claims locker 147, combination 15, 25, 35. And there was a $50 bill in there. He said, congratulations, please leave your name and date so I know you found it. Nobody, not one person claimed it. He waited till the end of the year, opened up the locker, and there's the $50.
he gets his money back. But 3 pages for the syllabus. It
That was
wasn't
it.
like it was as thick as a book or anything. So 3 pages. So it's almost like they didn't even open the first page.
Yeah.
They never even turned the page.
Didn't even look. It was just in the middle of the syllabus. How long were the syllabuses in your college? Jake and Ben, were they long?
They were a couple pages, not too terribly long. I wouldn't
Okay.
even maybe say 5 pages.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nah, we never looked at them unless we had a quiz. That's about it.
A quiz on the syllabus, which I have seen that
Yes.
happen.
Yeah.
Yes,
First
absolutely.
grade of the
That's-
semester would be our syllabus quiz.
That's
And if
wild.
you failed, you just fail at life, I guess. Because
Because it's right there. So there you go.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Mary's along with us at 800-447-7234. What's up, Mary?
Hearing y'all talk about Christmas cards. I went through my Christmas card list last night. About a third of them I didn't need to bother to send a card to because I visit and talk back and forth with them on Facebook, or I see things about them and their families on Facebook and share my stuff. So I only had about a third of a list. I sat down and did Christmas cards in a very short period of time last night, but normally I have them out about Thanksgiving, and this year it's been taking longer to figure out what to do and not to do.
How many did you send?
Probably about 20.
Mary, what do you put in your card?
I write a personalized note. One thing I cannot stand is to get this brag letter that's been typed up and we went here and we did this and we did that and, our children are so wonderful and all that. I mean, I'm glad for people that have that, but, it's just bragging to me.
All right, hold
I like
on.
to write a personal
I'm
note.
ripping mine up. I have that. Okay, no.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Want to make a cheesecake. Can't make a cheesecake. Can't find cream cheese anywhere.
Really?
It's selling out. There's a shortage.
I feel like Amy, my wife, just brought some home. I didn't know there was a shortage on cream cheese.
I'm gonna need to get Amy a text. Tell her to text me when she sees it. No, it's really in low supply, especially Philadelphia cream cheese. That's a brand name, but
Okay, what do you need it for?
well, to make a cheesecake, and there's actually a lot of different cookies you can put cream cheese in. There's different dinners you can make. So anyway, Philadelphia Cream Cheese Company knows that we're having some struggles finding some of the cream cheese. And so what they said was to take the place of that cheesecake that you wanted to make this holiday, they're going to give you $20.
What?
Yeah. Not for everybody. I mean, you have to kind of get in line online tomorrow and
We
try
have
to
3
get
of those to give away?
this $20. No, they have quite a few, but
Yeah, $60. That's it.
I know.
Better get in on it now.
But there's a couple of hurdles. First of all, you have to go online and get registered and all this good stuff. But you also have to have receipts from whatever recipe you did make instead of making the recipe that called for the cream cheese.
Jump through hoops.
Yeah, it's $20.
I have a solution.
Okay.
You don't need it. Just buy a cream. What is it? Cheesecake. Just buy a cheesecake.
Well,
You can go to several places and actually just buy a cheesecake.
you can.
That'll
So,
save you a lot of time.
well, the price, have you ever bought a cheesecake?
No.
Do you know they can be $50, $75 for a
Well,
cheesecake?
what do you want? Cheesecake?
If you really, really want your cheesecake, then sure, go some. But
Then
they
there
may
you
be
go. See? Solution.
but they may be having supply issues as well.
Well,
so you may not
first
get a.
come, first serve. Just like the $60 that this place has to give away when you give your recipe.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Oh. Hang on. Oh, okay. This is an open mic. I think this open mic is for Liz. So take a quick listen.
Hi, my name is Robin and I'm from Somerville. I actually agree with Liz. Ladybugs are cute and they are what we call hitchhikers at my job where I study insects and look at them very closely. So yes, ladybugs are cute and no, they do not carry any diseases. There's actually a lot of insects that I personally think are cute, especially under the microscope. Love you guys.
Oh, we love you too, and thanks for leaving that. The open mic is on our My HISRadio app that you can download on Google Play and the App Store.
I love that because I think ladybugs are absolutely precious. But I didn't know the science if they carry diseases into my house or not.
Yeah, because she would like to have a farm of ladybugs in her house. So if you're thinking of a Christmas gift for Liz, a bunch of ladybugs.
That sounds amazing.
I meant it as a joke, but okay, there we go. Now I know what to get.